Hello everybody, what's going on? This is the Amun Rock, which is Sex Chronicles, chapter 35, verses 16 plus for part 2. Well, we're going to discuss, I told you about the behaviors of people and how and where they learn this behavior problem. Like I said before, that you gotta get an understanding, and by the understanding is talking face to face about a lot of these problems. So, what I want thing is to get an understanding of what we're doing and learn from these mistakes, because if we don't, so what we want to do is hold on, y'all. I'm looking for a drink. Sometimes I drink the same damn drink all the time. Alright. So what I'm saying is this here, is that we know this is Sex Chronicles chapter 35, verses 16 part 2. And we're going to discuss and understand the behaviors of people, especially of the black community, why they get themselves caught up in so many sexual behaviors, which doesn't make no sense. And the reason why I have the experience to tell you this is because I used to live like that. I used to be very careless. I used to be wild. And now as I got older, I said to myself, why did I do those things? Does it make sense? You know, I'm one of the lucky males that only had one baby by flesh, meaning I conceived a baby by a woman. My child is 26 years old. A lot of guys is not that lucky. A lot of guys is caught up with 2 and 3, 4 different baby mamas, and they're going through all kind of obstacles. You know, and it's crazy, but it's the truth. So after a while, when I sat back and I thought about it, and I really thought about it, and I said to myself, you know, we put these things on, these problems on ourselves, we really do. And, you know, you can't even put the blame on the woman too much, even though a lot of women do be scheming and carrying on it. She's scheming because she's angry at you. Most of the time when a female gets pregnant, she's angry at you, so she wants you to do what she wants. And this is what we're going to get into in part 2. Why does the female wants to try to control you and want you to do what she wants you to do? And you both didn't compromise and say, listen, let's work together. You're sitting up because in her mind, she's having sex with you. She's doing all these sexual pleasures to you. And she said, oh, you feel good, you like it. And now she expects you to be a man and do what you're supposed to do. Real talk. So you gotta ask yourself these questions. Why you be dating in the first place? Why are you into these situations? After 2 and 3 years, you didn't even marry the person. Let's just be real. You didn't marry them at all. All you sat up there and being a bed fucking wench all this fucking time. Okay? This is why a lot of times women get upset. Because you are not doing what you're supposed to do. That's just facts. Okay? And matter of fact, I blame both of you because you're in a relationship, years pass by, you never get married, and one of y'all are talking about let's get married, and other than that, you're not even doing it because you really don't want to marry them. What happened was you got all the ingredients for the cookie, and then when the cookie is made, you go, oh, I don't want it no more. I don't need you. I don't care for you. And that's what that's about. A lot of people do this time and time again. The older you get, the more difficult it becomes. You know, a lot of these now you're in shape. You're going to gyms and you're working out and keeping your body in tip-top shape because you're like, as long as I got my body in shape, this man gonna want me. A lot of you think like that. You might say, no, I don't. But that's not true. That's not true at all. So, you know, I told you we're gonna have 2 Chronicles chapter 35, verses 16, part 2. I told you it could be anywhere. I'm gonna have this conversation. It's gonna be anywhere. I could walking down the street, in the stores. I told you this. So there's no shame in my game. So this is how I'm doing the video. And I want you to know and be aware of the mistakes and the silly things that we do. As simple as that. Mistakes that we make. And the thing about it is, this carries over to the next generation of the kids. It carries over. You're teaching them worse than what our parents taught us. Okay? And we was fortunate that our parents they wasn't teaching us no foolish things like the way we do now. We were very, very fortunate that our mothers and fathers, if you had a mother and a father, do not teach you these behaviors. And a lot of them, like a lot of people, learn these behaviors all by themselves. It's crazy, but it's the truth. You know, why would your daughter be sleeping with 2 or 3 dudes at one time? Why would your son be in a relationship, dating 1, 2, and 3 different females, and he knows damn well he can't mentally handle that? Because all he's doing is lying and being very consenting of what he's doing. And then a lot of these females get upset because in their minds, you know, they all in, and you're not participating into the plan that they have for you. You're not participating in the plan they have for you. So, you know, you gotta really look into how this thing is going. A lot of females will cooperate with you and do the things that you want them to do, and then all of a sudden, you're not going with the plan that you probably said or what they got in their mind. So these things really happen, and then when that doesn't work out, a lot of the females get upset and then they want revenge. You know what I'm saying? And you know, sometimes you can blame them, sometimes you don't blame them. Like that, they want revenge. You know? So just think about it. Think about what I'm saying. Why do you be in a situation that you don't need that to be in? You know what I mean? It's a fucking giant show. That's all it is. And all you do is you constantly get yourself caught up in many different situations. Many different situations you get yourself caught up in. Even self-doubt. Even being talking about you don't need a man in your life. You know, you walk around talking about you don't need a man in your life, but then all of a sudden 20, 30 years later, you talking about I wish I had a good man in my life. It doesn't even make sense talking like that. Okay? Oh, I need a good man in my life to change my life. And basically because you got your own money, you got your own business, or you work for somebody and you're making 6 or 7 figures, and now you're going to already need you. You know, you met different men and you got fucked by different men, and now you want to get serious, and you want to sit here and say, oh, I want to get serious. Same thing like a lot of men. A lot of men go through the same thing. They're making good money, they want to have a good time, and a lot of them will have sex with different women. Real fucking talk. So listen here, this is part 2. I'm going to see you on part 3. The behaviors of people. The behaviors of people. And we're going to find out why, you know, why these things go on, especially in the black community. Why it's not being taken care of. Why we're not neutralizing it. You understand why? That's the whole key. You know what I mean? That's why I do these shows, to let you know, yo, wake the fuck up. And understand all these problems that we have that we should not have. I'm sure I'm in 2 Chronicles, chapter 35, verse 16, part 2. I see you part 3.